All right, here we are. Final episode of the Usher Group podcast for 2025. And what a way to bring it into land. We got the man himself here again, Theodore Vairaktaris. I think last time we had you with Coxie here as well. So
we did.
This is our first solo podcast, isn't it?
First solo podcast.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Couldn't think of a better man to bring this year home to land. It's been an absolute whirlwind of a year. I know just particularly here within Usher, it's been a wild ride, but an awesome ride. We've had a great year.
Yeah.
But, I'd love to dive more into you, mate. I think you've had, trying to keep track of where you've been this year, it's just been absolutely absurd. So
yeah.
let's have a little bit of a recap. What's happened in 2025 for Theo?
All things are happening. It's been a really great year, to be honest. A really busy year, but we set our goals obviously this time last year.
We did.
And we definitely put our right foot forward and set on the path, and here we are now at the end of the year. We spoke about this moment, saying that we should, reflect on everything that we set out to do, and double check that we achieved everything that we set out. And I think as we unpack it all, probably today, I think we're going to come up good.
Yeah. I think we actually booked this in February or something. I remember we had the chat. It was not long after the first podcast. And he said, we need to book it in the calendar now for November because this year is going to be off the chain with just everything going on, gangbusters. And it has been. So,
It's been really good. Kicked off a really strong start to the year with a really successful Usher Cup, obviously.
Yes, yeah.
That was really huge. I feel that event just really sets us up for the year. We've always got the right intent. We've got the right strategy. We bring the team together early. Everyone collaborates. Everyone's, really high energized after that event. Obviously, we do hammer a lot of the people ourselves and our staff.
Come back after the break and there's no break. It's just bang.
But, the impact that we make, the positive impact to the community, the surfing industry, the local board riders industry, it's all time.
It's something really so cool and so unique too. It's like it's not something we're doing every day, and the staff to get access to do something like that. And I think it's something we should all be so proud of because, yes, we have our regular day job focus in the construction world, but all of a sudden we're running this surfing event and everyone from every department's got an opportunity to play a role in that. And it's such a cool experience for them.
The whole company comes together, don't they?
They really do.
From the access department, they set up all the scaffolding, all the signage department. Wow, like all the creative stuff that they make for the event is next level every year. They show up and give us crazy new epic trophies every year, new Wi-Fi signage, just all the cool stuff that they build, all the activation stuff where the kids get involved with as well. Like that's all comes from signage. That's super cool.
Yep.
And then obviously... all the construction, all the CAs and PMs all come together and...
Estimators, accounts department.
And that's what I mean about, it's really good because not only is it obviously a positive impact to the community, but it's such a great flagship event for our Usher brand that really, unites my three worlds pretty much, really, right? So it's like paint, being an advocate for nurturing all the amazing humans in the city that serve our city behind the scenes. They're all the heroes that don't wear capes, and obviously our surfing world and the construction industry all together.
It's the perfect blend, hey? Yeah. And the industry love it too. Like it's because it is so unique. Everyone's got their chosen charities and things they support, which is beautiful, and you don't want to take anything away from that. But to have a surfing event that's giving back to charity, it's engaging the community, taking over part of one of the most iconic beaches in the world.
Completely taken over.
It's very cool. So maybe give us some high-level stats about this year and maybe even leading into 2026. What does the Usher Cup or the World Club Championship look like now?
Yeah, so it's now... changed its name to the World Club Championship. Reason being is because now Wayne Rabbit, obviously Bartholomew and Darren Brillhart, who's the Commissioner of Surfing from the US, they believe that it's the right time now to call it a true championship because there is so many pathways to get to the event. For example, New Zealand Board Riders has their own Board Riders Battle. Obviously, Australia, we have our ABB, Australian Board Riders Battle.
Yep.
All the regional winners and second place regional placements get automatic entry to the Usher Cup. the previous ABB winner, obviously automatic entry. So the US, they have their US national board riders. The top 8 teams represent the US. We've got Japan has their board riders battle. So not only are when we first started, they were more like an invitational. It was an invitational World Club Challenge.
Yes, yep.
Now, over the years, those countries have built their own, they already had their board rider clubs and their national events, but now it's part of coming towards...
Now it's built such a name for itself, it's recognised as something that people are sought after, they want to qualify to get to, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And so, they believe that we're ready to call it the championship. I'm stoked.
Unbelievable,
I'm super pumped. So this will be the world's first ever World Club Championship.
Yep.
And it's going to be all time. So we have new international clubs coming. Peru, which is huge for us, South American club.
Wow.
Obviously Portugal's coming back again.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the UK coming, but we have new US clubs because they earned their spot. We have new Aussie clubs because they earned their spot. Instead of it being an invitational event, now it's an event where you have to do well at your board riders, then you have to do well at your regional event, then show up to your local national event and deliver.
Wow.
And then that'll get you a place in the World Club Championship. And really, that's how it should be. So it's all time.
Which I'm sure there's going to be people that'll probably be upset because they'd want to be there. But hey, if you can't qualify, that's just the nature of the game, isn't it? Sometimes sports like that, it's difficult.
It sucks too because a lot of the clubs, obviously, we've built such an awesome following, and I really love a lot of the clubs because they may not have the best surfers, but wow. Some of the clubs are just all time.
The culture,
the way, the depth in the club, the way that they nurture the kids, the events, the training, the junior programs, all these things that they do in their local community and how they activate that club is all time. Yep. And they may not have the best surfers, but they show up to every event. They have the best vibe. They have the best culture. So it's. Yeah, they're the only ones that I'm sort of a bit sad about that they're not coming because, they didn't qualify.
Didn't qualify. Yeah. Well, it's just an opportunity for them to work harder next year and try and make it back. So get the comeback. But no, it's so cool. How many international teams have we got?
We've got 18 international clubs coming this year.
Yeah. Pretty big numbers there. And, obviously with the way that the event has grown year on year and the attention and respect and everything, it's garnered from being such a, it's a world stage event now.
Yeah.
We got some pretty major sponsors as well, and we obviously have some big support from industry players. But, coming into 2026, I think we've got some great support that's there, which, this event couldn't happen without, which is fantastic. But it's just
amazing the support that the construction industry shows up for this event. It's all time. And obviously our industry partner, Hutchies, has been there since day dot. They've been supporting this event for, it's all time.
Wow. So that was January.
Yeah, that was January.
Where do we go from here?
Okay, so then from January, so obviously all the different businesses that I'm involved with, we all had a lot of, we set our goals and we had a lot of things in motion. So it was a lot of the work was actually done prior to the year starting. But then it was just a case of now we just got to get the shit done.
Got to execute, yeah.
Now we got to execute. We got to deliver. We got to show up on time, deliver in full, and kick its butt.
Do what we said we were going to do.
Yeah, exactly. And so we did. So, however, I obviously embarked on more of my travel, my travel regime. Obviously now. So straight after Usher Cup, we were in the US. We launched PaintProjex officially in the US there at the Painting Contractors Association's Expo. So there was over 1,000 painting companies there. That was a whole time. Brandon and I went there together. We spoke there, had a trade show set up with PaintProjex there. It was quite funny too because all the hallways through that trade show, I had 2 demos on, say one I think was at 11, the other one was at 2 or something like that. And as soon as I started, the whole trade show was in our area was all blocked.
Just gravitated back to where you guys were.
So many people. It was 10 people deep either side, and
Yep.
all trying to watch me give a live demo on the software.
Bit of pressure?
Well, I actually loved it.
I'm sure you would have.
Oh, I loved it because I got them all engaged, like as many as I could engage, and I was asking them questions and getting them to ask me questions. The more questions that they could ask me, the better I could actually deliver the demonstration, because the software's so massive and it's so hard to unpack all the benefits of it in an hour.
Yeah.
But whereas if I can hear what they're struggling with in the audience and go like, or what would you like to see? What are the areas that, you struggle with in your business? And I can quickly show them a solution that I know the software will have.
Yep.
It makes it easier for me to present. However, it was super fun, super engaging. We got a lot of US customers, obviously, that came on board after that, and also, obviously, a lot of Australian customers. We had a good Aussie contingent there.
Yes,
Heaps of Aussies came with us.
Followed you for the trip?
Yeah.
So cool.
Master painters came there as well. That was super cool because we all got to collaborate together with their board, our board here, and work on what we thought was best for the painting industry and how we could grow and share, business tips, community advice, like all different types of collaboration between the two governing bodies of our industry, which was really cool. Lots of good things come from that, and lots of things have actually started coming to fruition already. Hats off to the guys up at Master Painters. They've really taken everything on board and really doing so many amazing things for our industry.
It seems like they've really seen the value in PaintProjex, and now are they such a big advocate promoting it through their network and their industry, and then like coming on this journey with you, which is great because that's what you're so passionate about, is you actually want to help elevate the industry.
Yeah. I think at first it was sort of, everyone knew that it was built by us for us, and it was, everyone knew sort of Usher has been using it since its early, when we built Usher Estimator in 2008, However, it wasn't out there in the market enough for it to be, widely accepted. So there was those first baby steps. Everyone was sort of like, oh, let's, check it out and whatnot. Now we've got 12 months under our belt, say. Some companies have only been using it for 6 months, 9 months, whatever, However, all of those companies have had a significant positive impact occur in their business.
So many testimonials, eh?
The testimonials are amazing. It's sort of a little bit overwhelming sometimes when you read a lot of the testimonials because of all the different things that, it resolves for a small painting contractor or a larger painting contractor, because there is no enterprise resource planning software like that can run from the cradle to the grave for your painting company. There is still nothing out there in the industry. There will be, obviously, copycats that pop up.
Sure.
Any great things in this world always have copycats. We're ready for them.
Yeah.
But, we know what we have is something special, and it's now globally being accepted over this year. So, again, one of those goals. So we're in 5 countries now. We're in Canada, US, UK, New Zealand, and Australia. And
that's all happened this year.
This year we have over 100 painting companies. We're just about to, not over it. We're just about to hit 100 painting companies.
Individual companies, not
companies, not users. Actual companies.
Wow.
Then users, people. Some companies have 30 users, or like us have 50 or whatever users, 70 users. Some companies might have 1 user. Might be a husband and wife team. So simple as that. So, but it caters for all. Mm-hmm. And it's been a journey. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. But
what do you think have been your biggest lessons this year with it? Going from 0 to 100 companies and different operating environments. You got different currencies, different
Yeah. What I think the biggest takeaway for me was that we were always built by a painter for a painter. Even though I used to say it's built by painters for painters,
Yes,
But it was really built by a painter for a painter. Now I can hand on heart say it's built by painters for painters, because the community has spoken. We obviously, we do our webinars with our community, and we've formulated a huge list of client focused updates. So a lot of the things that, as you know, that have popped through on your system, that's come from our community, but we're like, hey, look, we won't really use that. Usher wouldn't use that, but hey, it's a great little tip, and let's get our dev team on it, and we build all this new functionality. Now we've got something that even now Usher's sitting there going, hey, that's a cool thing that we didn't think of, or
100%. Sometimes it's been hard to keep up with the level of updates that are coming through, which is a great problem to have. But you log in on a Monday after a weekend, and all of a sudden the whole system, there's new processes in there, there's new functionality, there's new tools, and it's just amazing. Obviously, like you said, the more that you're growing your customer base, the more you guys are learning, and you just keep feeding the beast. It's it's been amazing.
Yeah, so that was probably the biggest takeaway, was just learning how different everyone runs their business across the globe. But at the end of the day, we're still painters. It's still putting paint on walls and still doing coating systems on substrates. All the basic principles are there. It's just the business side of things on what their workflows are. We're all different types of companies. We not only are we different types of companies in different industries, but that the way that they go about their lead gen and all the different types of things that come with that is there's so many different models of painting companies. So now our PaintProjex software can cater for any of those different types of models.
Wow.
And can manage their whole workflow. Not only that, but they can customize PaintProjex to how they want their workflows as well. So,
And how's the conversion process been going from country to country with the different, whether it's quantities and how they measure things and the metrics?
Heavy. Yeah. So every time I'm on stage in the US, I've got to remember that I'm talking about how many square feet per person per hour per coat, and how many gallons you require for that coating system and the like. And then obviously I've got to change my mind and come back here and then be like, okay, how many square meters per person per hour? So it's
pretty cool though.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, but no, it's all good.
Yeah. And so you hit just about 100 companies. You've got this national footprint now. What does 2026 look like for PaintProjex?
Okay, so for PaintProjex 2026, we are going through a complete new overhaul. Obviously, we started, the story, obviously, PaintProjex. We built Usher Estimator, Usher Scheduler, Usher Budget Hours in the early 2000s, which evolved, and then obviously we rebuilt all of it into PaintProjex in 2017-18 on JavaScript. So now with as we all know, technology moves so fast.
Yes, it does.
So we are up to version V5. I think it's like 2.1.3 or something like that. I don't know. V5's pretty much we're at full capacity. I feel like now. I feel like we need to go through that same stage we went through in 2017. So we're ready to deploy the team now. We're just going through some final architecture road mapping.
Yes, yeah.
And then V6 will commence on a fresh new base. It will have everything and way more than V5. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's probably going to take us about a year. So while our main focus will be obviously continuing to grow by companies but nurture our community. Our community is really important to us because they collaborate so much together, and we found that it's like Usher. I've put that same culture principles that we have at Usher into PaintProjex community. They are a beehive now of painting companies, small and large, that collaborate together, help each other, talk about capability, proposals, resource management, all different types of stuff.
They're sharing all that.
They share so much together, and really cool core business, advice amongst each other. It's amazing to see. So obviously for us, our primary focus is continuing to nurture that community to grow and keep feeding it everything it needs to keep self-propelling itself all the way to the moon.
Yeah, which one of those is just going to compound, isn't it?
That's right. Yep. And that's what's actually happening now. So now it's, Eloise just told me this morning that we've got another painter from up north with another 5 subscribers. So whilst we're building V6, we'll slowly drip it into the community. that the community won't really know, won't see, like won't notice the difference, obviously.
Yes,
But for us, all our back end and we're going to be able to have different insights and different reporting and all different analytics that we're going to be able to get and faster speeds, obviously.
Because you've got a full dev team now, like what you have for a long time, but it's really expanded now too, haven't you? So, what does the structure of PaintProjex look like now?
So it's obviously Rob's the GM, and then obviously we got Al and Brandon, community support and tech support and all basically they're just nurturing the community 24/7, and our dev team. So our dev team has obviously Callan as our CTO, and we have a team of 7 underneath him.
Wow.
Yeah, full time. Yeah. So it's
no wonder why it's growing at such a rapid pace. Well, you notice so many updates and
yeah, it's all time. So there's, it's like with any software, there'll be a couple little bugs here and there that pop up, and especially because we're deploying so many updates. So as you go through deploying updates, sometimes you'll find that it affected something.
Yeah.
But it's
something that was functioning properly before, then it has a little...
There's always a quick fix, but...
But now you've got a supportive community that's willing to give you the positive feedback as opposed to just, that's the difference, isn't it?
Yeah. So then looking forward to the end of next year, because next year we'll have a really huge, big party, big launch of V6, even though half of them won't realise that they've already been on it for a while.
Yes, yep.
But we'll have an official launch and it'll be super cool.
Unbelievable.
Yep. So PaintProjex is definitely something that's really close to me for next year. I've told the team they've got me for another year, really
locked in.
Really locked in. You know me when I'm in that zone. I've got my blinkers, like I'm really in that, really focused on manifesting the right foundation for that company. Then I'll be comfortable with.
Once the foundation's set, then you can be comfortable.
Then I'll be comfortable with stepping back a little bit further, like I have on other businesses. But I really want to nail this: the community, the green behaviours, the structure of it all, how we interact. Because, like, this community it's a global community. It's not just a bunch of Aussie painters. Like, we have painters from 5 countries. And accelerating across those countries. We've got requests from other countries that we haven't even looked into. Well, we have, but we don't want to go there yet, because that means new currency, new server, new databases.
Yes,
we need to understand what products are in those countries and all the rest of the things that go with that. So
just lock in the foundations, eh?
Yeah, we really want to build, continue on those, build the foundation correctly, and then
Then you're off.
Then we're off.
Next stop, the moon, hey?
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Now that you're focused on you know what next year is going to look like. You've got all your plans on how you're going to slowly integrate this V6 and go in there. So that's obviously the real software platform side of things. But talk to me more about the community. Like, how did that start? How did it form? What does that look like for you? Was that something you expected, or has it been a bit of a surprise?
Well, what we found was that, software is a must for any business, right? For me, you'll always hear me say to any painter, it's like, you need 2 things, right? 1, implement tech, and build a culture. Like, that's it. It's
fundamentals.
It's the basic 2 fundamentals to building a sustainable painting business or any trade business, right? So what we found was, in those early days, was it's actually what they were looking for was guidance on how to stop being a tradesperson and how to be a business owner.
Yeah.
So, and what I found was that every engagement, every demo, I was always getting asked way more business tips, and like, how to shift their mindset, and that's what they were really looking for in their questions.
So they knew how to be tradespeople, they just didn't know how to make the shift into being that business owner and to try and scale or whatever that looked like for them.
And every time I talked to them, I'd jump off that call and I'd go, wow, like really they were just reaching out. Really, they were reaching out because they need help.
Yep.
And I remember those days, those nightmare days. You're in the hamster wheel. You're your fireman Theo, you're putting fires out. You're reactive management. You're not proactive. You don't have systems.
And for the smaller businesses, it's not just you as well. It's usually your partner or someone else. Like it's you're both doing the late nights and the weekends and whatever it is to keep up with all the areas of the business.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's why when we said about the testimonials, it's amazing because some of them are saying how much it's helped their marriage because they're not arguing anymore and all different types of stuff. It's crazy.
Relieves a lot of pressure, eh?
Well, hey, because now, especially if it's a husband and wife team that work in a business, now they've got structure.
Yep.
Yeah, and accountability, transparency,
yep.
one of the massivest things. So, yeah.
Ability to forecast and actually see where their business is going to be as well. It's
that live data is absolutely changing the game, and obviously it changed our game.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's changing the game for all painting companies that come anywhere near PaintProjex and implement it and see it and use it.
Yep.
Then their whole world's changed. And it's a dynamic shift, right? Because we shifted too, right, at Usher. We shifted from reporting down to reporting up. The second you have live data and transparency in any business, instantly your people have everything that they need at their fingertips to start asking themselves the questions to make the right decisions for the right reasons.
Yeah, they're not waiting to the end of the month for the manager to say, hey, you didn't hit your results or whatever it is.
Correct. They're not going to a budget meeting fortnightly, weekly, monthly, whatever, getting a P&L from their accounts girls or whatever it is. However they receive their
and they're trying to backtrack going, how did this happen?
Even if they're counting their hours in their diary or whatever, budget versus actual, whatever, right? They still don't have what they need when they need it.
Not the same level of visibility.
Yeah. And not that we went out to go, right, that's it, everyone's got to start reporting up. We just gave everyone transparency. We gave everyone live data. Once everyone had live data, then they start automatically reporting up because they're going, hey, Michael, look at this. Look at what this says here. This says that the budget hours was this and our actual this, and I've claimed X amount of the job and I've completed X, which means I'm ahead of budget.
They're proud of it.
They're proud of it.
Yep.
People start seeing it, or the opposite, shit, we're going over. Why is it? And then looking at it, and then they can see it, on there on the day.
And being prepared for meetings and having those tough conversations and whatever. Everything. It instantly transfers ownership to them, doesn't it? It's,
absolutely.
You can't, there's nowhere to hide when you've got the live data and you're responsible for that data or what feeds that data.
Correct. And I've watched that shift now in the smaller painting companies that are signing up and larger ones that are signing up to PaintProjex. And we actually mentioned it even with some of our big US companies that use it, the shift. Because they're looking, say for instance, sales team, they're looking at all their strike rate by dollar, strike rate by number, strike rate by profit submitted.
Yep. So am I quoting enough? Is my exactly. If my strike rate's dropping, what am I doing wrong?
So not only have they got all the cards in their pocket when they come for their performance review, and then later on a remuneration discussion.
Yes.
But they have everything visibly right in front of them at all times, so they know how they're doing, and they know if they're achieving what they set out to do.
Yep.
So when that shift happens, right? So go back a moment when I was saying about, they're sort of reaching out, right? So not only are they reaching out to for business tips, they obviously see my journey, seen what's happened here. Obviously it's taken me a long time. We've been here at Usher for 25 years, but they've seen that, and I've, in a lot of my tone of voice and my narrative is anyone can do this. Look at where I've come from.
Yep.
But you got to do the time, and this is how you do it. You've got to set up systems, processes. But yes, they only guide our people. People build businesses. Yes, you need to build culture. So all these things happen. When that light bulb sort of hit, then I was like, right, okay, let's start doing webinars and let's start get business coaches in. So then we're now supporting our community, which is what you originally asked, is basically by sales teams, coaches, lead gen coaches, legal coach,
estimating.
Estimating. Mike done the measure tool for 2 weeks out in the webinar. It's a 12-week program. Coxie comes on board, gives leadership, mentorship, leadership, advice. And, when he comes on board, I really love that session too, because that's where I say, see, That's why leadership and mentorship is so important, because now go out and find yourself some people in the industry and just say, can I go for a coffee? Can I take you for a coffee? You'll be surprised if you reach out how many people in the industry, our industry is amazing, that will go, yeah, no problem. I'll give you my advice and what you should do to be an awesome subcontractor or whoever it is you're talking to.
And you know yourself too, it's always reciprocal. Like, I think some people feel guilty, like, oh, you know, you're taking your time, whatever, but you get just as much out of that by helping. You know, you love it. Yeah, exactly. It's very rewarding, but you also remind yourself of fundamentals and keys and stuff. And I actually had to catch up with one of your users the other week. I don't even know if you know about it. So this is how your community is growing, right?
Yeah.
They reached out to Brandon and said that they're trying to set up their sales systems and processes and the actual structure on how they run sales for their business. Yeah. And he said, well, why don't you jump on a call with Michael? He's been looking after the Usher sales for a long time.
No way.
So I had a Teams meeting. We've got another catch up coming in soon. And I'm happy to give my time too, because, and again, but going through that process, he's asking such high quality questions, and it's reminding yourself of some of the key things that, sometimes you even get complacent with yourself because you get to a level of comfort and you're having continued success. And it's like, are we skimming over that process and should we be revisiting it? And it's just, I think it's always reciprocal when you're helping an industry or other businesses grow. And it's so cool that you built a community that's growing itself. Like it's, it's, and they're seeking out, they're hungry for information.
Yeah, that's 100% right. And I want to keep feeding them.
Yeah, let's go.
I want to keep feeding them. I want to set that foundation right. Yep. And yeah, it's like, having these, business experts into these webinars as part of the community.
Yep.
I feel like they, the software's one piece, 100% it is. But now having access to everything that is in our world, from Usher and on all our business mentors and all the tools that we have at our fingertips now, we're sharing with the world.
Yeah, it's so cool.
And it's it's changing lives. It's epic.
Yeah,
I'm really proud of PaintProjex, to be honest. It's really my one piece of legacy from myself, that the painting industry has done so much for me and my family, and for all of us here at Usher, all the families that work at Usher. I feel like we should all be like so pumped and proud that we're giving back to the painting industry that's made us so successful.
Yeah, you can help everyone.
And it is helping everyone. And it's, they're making money.
So cool. Well done, mate.
And they're not leaving money on the table. They're not guesstimating. They're not doing all this other crap that we all used to do. I used to do. Yeah.
Well, it's only just starting. You can see the momentum really starting to grow. So it's super cool. So in your bandwidth of attention, because you've got so much going on, what a percentage-wise, how much do you think goes to PaintProjex at the moment?
So I feel like possibly at the moment, most of my time goes to the development and PaintProjex, possibly more so than Usher at the moment.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'd say definitely.
That's a hard shift in itself.
It's been bloody tough.
Especially you've got access to you can see all the data at your fingertips through PaintProjex now, so you're probably seeing it all, and it's resistance to not jump in.
Actually, I want to show you something after this.
Here we go.
Yeah. But so I feel like I really want to spend more time with those two companies next year. Like I really want to really nail what I've set out to achieve by the end of 2026. So obviously with PaintProjex, its goals are, like what I said, to nurture and manage and grow the community, but not grow too fast. So I'm always nervous about that. That's why I do it in those blocks of those webinars. Sort of like, we allow people to come in, we nurture them, we go cradle to grave for 12 weeks.
Make sure they're really competent.
Everyone becomes a master.
Yep.
We never get any... If you sign up to PaintProjex and you're a painter, sometimes you'll just get a little bit overwhelmed.
Yes, yep.
And then highly likely you might drop off because it is so much to take on board.
Oh, yeah.
But if you come through the journey, I highly recommend you can sign up and teach yourself. And there is some really successful companies that have done it on their own that don't do the webinars. And
there's great self-help tools in there, but it's not the same as a masterclass.
If you come through the journey, you're going to be a weapon. And then you get me for 12 weeks.
Yep. So cool.
Yeah.
Awesome, mate. And so that's PaintProjex in a nutshell as a high level. What else in 2025? So you started traveling a lot because of PaintProjex, and you had multiple trips to the US and UK and everything else as well. Yep. But what do you want to touch on next, mate? Do you have a bit of extra travel in there as well, personal?
Well, I suppose my focus as well is our development side, our Charis Property Group, which is obviously Usher's development piece to its group. pretty excited about that now, especially, you know, that obviously I stepped down from CEO in 2019, and Stewie stepped up, and everyone else stepped up. The whole chain moved up, and it was epic to watch. Obviously, COVID came and, you know, shut the bed, so we had to sort of, you know, we went through that, you know, come together, build the team,
bit of consolidation.
Yeah, you know, we've come out obviously the other end of that with every cylinder firing, and the industry's great. The economic environment's set for success. We're in a full legacy mode of employees. We've got so many people that have done over 10 years and 15 years, and just Usher's just set for success. But with that, then it allows me to then grow this other side of the business, which is the development arm, and I'm having so much fun.
Yep.
It's epic.
So cool.
Yes, we hopefully we get plan sealing today for our current development, and then obviously we got our next one kicking off straight away, like now before Christmas. So we got our development approval for that last week. So another 21 factories down at Burleigh. We've got our little model there, don't we? Like we've got our product. I am really passionate of the way that we go about delivering our product, because we are highly focused on functionality and luxury finishes in an industrial environment.
Pretty
as
cool.
weird as that sounds.
Yeah. I mean, we've been working in an industrial environment for a long time, so you know exactly what you want to look for and what people appreciate, what their challenges are, what's going to make it work better. So, I mean, you get it. So,
well, the market has spoken. We're one of the few developers out there that all our stocks are always 100% sold before we reach practical completion.
Wow.
So we're very proud of that happening on every one of our projects. And we've got a really cool following of investors now, or buyers, I should say, that follow our brand. And second we launch, they get snapped up pretty fast. But again, we put our heart and soul and everything into these projects. They are built functionally very well. We really immerse ourselves in, you know, when you drive in, where should everything be placed. All our developments that we've done, we've all highly focused on functionality and specialty, luxury and finishes.
Yeah. And something I respect just watching from the outside as well is just the fact that you've really, again, like trying to build the right foundations for your development arm and getting that credibility. You know, you've found your niche, you've delivered, like you said, you built a really good name for yourself, but you're not gone wild overnight either. And I can see that's already starting to build momentum. I can just see your development starting to get a little bit bigger, a little bit more, whatever. But
okay, I'll let it cut out of the bag. So we've stepped away from doing a bit of resi, obviously, since our last one, which was the 144 project on Talabudra Drive in Palmy.
Big award-winning job too.
Yep, that was, big award-winning project. Most viewed property on realestate.com 2019, I think
it was.
Yeah. So we haven't gone back into resi. However, there is planning right now in multiple resi states. So our development will kick off next year in the Alpine region. Obviously, the group owns some property down there. So down in Falls Creek. That got approved last week by the Victorian Planning.
That's even news to me. Congrats.
Yeah, cheers. So new family home, new lair, new 6 luxury apartments in the snow with a wellness centre. That's super cool. And also looking at a boutique residential small tower, our first ever tower, but it'll be a small tower here on the Gold Coast. That's the cat out of the bag.
Wow.
So we want to, the development that we got the DA on, we want to get that roll into construction phase. As soon as I get into that space, then I'll get my head out of there, and then I'll start focusing on the next 2.
Well, even the latest one was pretty iconic as well. I don't know if you want to talk a bit more about that, but I got a bit of news coverage too.
Yeah, it's the old pink FJ or FX Holden or whatever. I think it was an FX.
It's the Burleigh Wreckers Yard,
right?
the
Burleigh Wreckers, the pink motel.
Yep.
No one can miss it. So it was really good. The car was obviously donated to the Gold Coast Car Museum. They're building a new facade and whatnot at the museum to replicate the old structure that was there on site. So yeah, really iconic property. Really stoked to have worked together with the original owner on that for quite a long time. And now we can deliver another Taurus property Gem.
Yep.
I know it's going to be...
How many units are going into this one?
21.
21. Yep.
Warehouses.
Yep.
I think this one we're a little bit nervous about releasing because there is so much interest on this property because of its... Not only is it iconic property, but its location.
Location's unbelievable,
it's like
everyone wants to be in Burleigh, but to be so close to the freeway to be able to go north or south.
It's actually addressed as like 10 Pacific Highway.
Is
Burleigh
it?
Heads.
Yeah,
That's
right.
like on the highway.
So visibility as well, like
Yeah,
for
it's great.
businesses and brands. Yeah, so cool.
Yeah, it's going to be super cool, that one. That one's going to be fun.
Yeah. So it's obviously chewing up a bit of time and attention too, but super cool. And again, like it's just, yes, it's so separate from Usher, but you find a way to integrate everything and just make it all intertwined. And we obviously talk about it at a board level, but the way that...
it all contributes to the group, like every piece, whatever it is, PaintProjex, Taris Property Group, Washbox, Sunny Days, like it's...
Yeah. Well, there's another one to talk about. So you want to? Is there any more on the development arm, or is that?
No, that'll do for now.
Yeah, lock and keys. A few secrets still there.
We've got planning, obviously, for where we want to. Obviously, we spoke about it at the board meeting, but the current economic environment here in Southeast Queensland's pretty good at the moment. Mm-hmm. As far as we can all see, touch wood. The crystal ball all looks pretty good for the future. So we really want to accelerate that part of the group. We feel like we've got a good team, we've got a good structure. We're ready now to do more than one at any one time.
Wow.
We've always been just doing one project at a time.
Yep. Starting to scale now a little bit, hey?
We want to get to 2 or 3 at a time.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see what happens after that.
Here we go, hey? You just see this blowing up, but in a good way. And like you said, you're always someone who's going to take it and get the right credibility in the foundation, so you're not going to go from 0 to 1 million, but it's it's exciting to watch, mate.
Yeah, it's good.
Very, very cool.
Cheers.
So Sunny Days, that's another wild business that's had exponential growth this year too. But
huge growth.
Yeah.
Growing very well, being very well received by the market.
Yep.
Our 3 brands are accelerating, new SKUs, like new product lines, constantly in development, in R&D. We're constantly in R&D and development and bringing new products to the shelves.
And is it all coming from your distillery? Or?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, all coming from the distillery down there at Burleigh.
It's a great venue as well.
That's all time.
Yeah.
Had a fair few, obviously, parties and private functions there. It's epic. So, newest cabbed off the rank is the flavoured vodka.
Okay.
So that's out of the Sunny Days bottle.
Yep.
Yeah, they're a completely awesome designed glass bottle. If you haven't seen them, you got to check it out.
I haven't seen it, no.
No? Okay, yeah, no. I think I may. No, maybe I don't.
Couple of testers.
Yeah, a couple of testers, but but yeah, they're really cool bottle. I'm really proud of that team down there.
It's such an elite brand, hey? Like you just see the way that it's been marketed and the reviews and feedback. Like it's a bit of that class above, high end quality, and it's amazing. I'm not even a big drinker myself, but it's very smooth vodka.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So we've just started some international distribution. So we'll see how that goes. We're just dipping our toe in for now. We're just going to sort of feel out and get our systems and processes right, and just understand, how to do business in other countries, exporting product and everything else that goes with that. So I reckon next year will be another good brand equity growth phase, while we're still continuing to find we're filling the gaps in the range.
Gotcha.
We've got our entry level first pour, which goes against sort of like the other entry level vodkas. Then we've got our top tier, and then we've got our flavored vodkas, and then we've got all our RTDs underneath those 3 brands. So it's like Pink Dot, Ariane, and Sunny Days. We are striving to be Australia's premier vodka house. That's our goal.
Definitely well on track to do that by the looks of it too. So.
Definitely well on track to achieve that. We want to definitely refine. We're just getting better at what we do. So we push the boundaries, break stuff, same stories like as Usher. You push, then you work out, okay, and we need people in the right seats, work out how we push so hard, what would benefit the team, what what new roles we need to make in the business, and everything else that goes with growing a business.
Yeah.
It's all time.
Unbelievable.
It's a really, really exciting business because it's product and it's so creative. Like in the presence, the marketing of it, it's really good.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously you've spoken about a few of those big businesses now that they're rolling, and you're building those right foundations so they can almost run themselves to a degree, but with your big input that's there. But I would love for you to touch on, the fact that you've built some of these amazing organisations. Now it's affording you a great lifestyle as well, which obviously you still work harder than anyone I know. Like you're just always on, no matter where you are in the world you're on. But talk to me about what you've been doing with your family, even from the start of the year till now. I know you've carved out a bit of a balance for travel and work.
So our new sort of structure, if that's what you call regime, I don't know what
a loose structure.
Is basically term 1 we're away, term 2, so the kids like in their schooling, like term 1 we're away, term 2 we're at home here in Cooley on the Gold Coast at Snapper, term 3 we're away, and term 4 we're back home. So how that works is, for us, we do obviously come straight out of Usher Cup. Typically, I'm straight into the US straight after that. PCA commitments over there, and then month in Japan, and then 6 weeks in Bali. So it's great for the kids because they get to have another month in the snow prior to doing the season, which is in term 3. And then Bali, it's really good because we just get into our routine. And so for me as well, so now I'm sort of, I don't mind having long lunches and whatnot, and then the Usher Christmas party on the 19th. Then that's it. I'm back off the booze.
Yep.
And then I come all the way
bit of a
through.
cleanse at Bali.
Yeah. So I come through Japan, Bali, right through term 2. So after Bali, then it's term. Come home for term 2, and then that's when Dunya and the kids are at home, and then I do my overseas travel during term 2 while they're at home, which is all my work commitments, PaintProjex, Washbox and the like, and then come back term 3. This year we're not going to, last year we did the season in Perisher, this year we're going to do the season in Thredbo. Kids are, it's pathway program that they have down there. Kids are frothing.
They did incredibly well this year, eh?
Yeah, they did really, really well. You
maybe didn't go so well yourself.
As you can see, that little thing there, that's a collarbone sticking out of the shoulder.
Yeah, had a good injury.
Yeah, had a really good injury, grade 3 AC joint. Still, it's funny, the collarbone's, it's meant to be in there like that. It's just in there. So whatever I'm doing, it's just rattling around.
Hanging in there.
It's in there, but no, I'm feeling good.
Pushing the boundaries, mate. You still kept going, so.
Then come back then term 3 down there.
Yep.
And then come back for term 4, which is obviously this period now. So that's why obviously I've been international and flying all over the place during term 4 because Junior and the kids are at home, and now I'm in term 4. So now we've hit December. Can't believe it's December already. So now it's long lunches, relationships, hanging out with my mates, hanging out with all you guys, everyone at Usher, doing all the cool culture stuff. I'm really looking forward to the rest of this month, and then come to Christmas, and then it's just family time, shut down, try and rejuvenate. But every Christmas, I always go through that stage where I really define clear expectations and outcomes for myself for the following year. I've already pre-done it already, typically by this stage, which I have, and obviously we have as well for Usher and we have at PaintProjex and the like. But me personally, that's the time that I get to do my own personal ones.
Yes.
Whereas I get all of us sorted first along all our goals and expectations and what we want to achieve. But that's a real time for me to do my own. And so I've got my own little goals for next year that I want to achieve. Physically, mentally, spiritually, just all the personal things that I want to achieve. So
it takes a lot of discipline though, right? And I think, you know, you have such a busy schedule, and you need to have that discipline to actually carve out the time for your relationship, for your health, for your family, for your kids, like all those things. And I think that's such a great lesson that you can be sharing with others as well, that as they're trying to grow their business or what they're doing, it's like if you're not intentional about your time or being disciplined about your goals or what time you're allocating to certain things, that's where shit starts to fall apart, whether 100%. It's your health or anything like that. So
yeah, and like I explain that to a lot of the other painters that I mentor as well. It's like it's a balance, right? You know, I remember the nightmare zone when I was, you know, my wife used to call me dark to dark. You've heard that story. Like I leave at dark, come home at dark. You know, you give the business everything you've got. You're killing it. You're winning. You're making money. It's more projects, more, and then your home life goes to shit. And then you know, and then I'm not giving it the energy it deserves, you know, and I should be spending. I should be present more there. But then if I do too much of that, then because I didn't have everything set up properly in the business, and then the businesses fail. And then that's what led me to obviously, you know, putting my hand up and getting mentors and being led the right way. And
it's constantly evolving too, right? Because whatever your structure was last year probably won't even work next year or this year. Like, you know, you've always, you got new commitments, whether it's more travel, whatever it looks like, and you've got to be willing to adjust on the fly, which...
And you gotta manage your energy correctly. Like, you know, not only you feeding you're giving people energy, especially like, I feel like I'm constantly feeding it out, but I'm cultivating it too. So I want to cultivate it around the right people and the right environments as well. Because,
the right kind of energy.
Yeah, you know, like you don't want to be around certain type of people and things that are happening. So it's so important, like as an individual outside of work, to really just actually have a fucking think about it for once and just go, where am I applying it? Where am I receiving it? You know, and what am I doing with like what's left over? Like what am I doing with it? You know, so it's really important.
It's full schedule.
Yeah, it is. So next year's going to be another jam-packed year. So next year obviously is World Club Championship, US. So I go to the US for the PCA conference again, going to talk there. They've put me in a breakout room this time, so we're not going to block up the trade show. So
saw how much attention you brought. So
correct.
Probably.
Then Japan, then to Bali. So while I'm away, obviously at all times, I'm still plugged in, but I get to live and manage my time how I want to do it, rather than being at everyone else's beck and call type thing. You know what I mean? So it's really good for me because I feel like I get the most work done. As you know, I feel like sometimes when I'm caught up in all the...
It's the whirlwind.
Yeah, the whirlwind.
Yeah.
I get frustrated.
Yep.
And I really want to remove myself from that so I can get actually stuff done that I want to get done.
Yep.
And that's where I work the best. And when I'm really diving deep into, you know, thinking about outcomes, structure, manifesting the right, the right behaviors that I need to do, the right behaviors that I expect from the team, and then we start building all this structure together, and then we nail it.
Yeah,
and it happens every time.
And I think when you're away, you have the ability to put some of those boundaries in around, you know, how much people have access to you in your time, where you're not getting caught up in just every little thing that's going on. And it's like people are coming to you with really like thought out, prepared. Correct. You know, there's a reason for this discussion, and the rest of the time, like you said, you're working on it. So it's
we'll be online. It'll be like, right, you got me, right? Let's hit it. You know,
I hope you're prepared because you got 30 minutes and I'm gone.
So it's good. And then obviously spending more time with the kids. You know, they're still young now. They're like, you know, 10 and 9 years old. My little daughter turns 11 in February. However, you know, I wasn't, when they were babies, I was workaholic, you know. Now I'm so stoked that I'm spending so much time with them now. It's a good balance.
It's amazing. And some of your other reasons for travel, you mentioned Washbox in there. We haven't touched on that yet. What's going on with Washbox?
Washbox.
That's gone wild as well.
So, Washbox is in, I think it's like 7 countries, I think now, or 5 or 7 countries. It's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's growing. It's it's, yeah, it's such a cool product.
Yeah, I've seen it's become just like a mandatory thing for a lot of tier one builders now here in Australia. Like every site, they've just got to have a wash box. You know, they're providing it as the principal contractors. There's been such a shift.
It's a huge shift.
You know, particularly in this year as well. Before it was kind of had to come through the subbies, and we would have to be the ones supplying it. And then it was who's going to use it, who's going to maintain it, who's going to look for it and look after it.
Yeah.
And now it's going direct to the builders, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah. It's because it really works.
Yep.
It gives every site productivity because everyone's not fart-arsing around with how they're washing all their tools. You can put a big one on the podium level. You can have those small rockets cruising around on caster wheels, or the 200 series putting them through doorways. You can set them up everywhere. They are eliminating microplastics in our rivers, estuaries, oceans. They produce a recyclable waste that can go to landfill or be recycled. Man, we're saving water.
Huge
across
amount of water.
The world. Like, it's crazy. So you only lose water from splashes or evaporation. So for those of everyone that's listened that don't know, it's a construction tool washing technology that has been developed by Andrew Crimson, who's the founder and inventor, legend guy that obviously
Absolute
we've all known
legend.
for a long time. And it's an amazing piece of tech. You know, Andrew knows on the dashboard, it's got an app. He knows where every wash box is around the world, how much water it's saving, how much waste it's collecting on every construction site that they're on.
And it's not just for painting, right? It's all other wet trades.
Yeah, all trades,
plastering,
plasterers, tilers, yeah.
Yep.
Whoever, if you're on a construction site and you need to wash your tools, well, that's where you
go.
That's where you wash it.
And he's said too that it actually works better when multiple different trades are using it. The machine's designed for all the trades to be in there, not just painting on its own.
The waste that comes out of it's better. It's easier to be recycled. It's like it's a solid form of waste. It's good. Separates basically all the wash water, separates all the volume solids from the potentially potable water, you would say.
Yep.
That water, the potable water, goes back down in a holding tank ready to be reused. And all the solids and all the gunk and everything, like, you know, plasters, emulsion, like all the different additives it's in paint and products, tile glue and all the different things, all come out as waste that that can be managed properly. And, you know, now the really exciting part now for Washbox is they're getting so close to closing the loop. Once that waste can then be taken and given to, once it gets to a certain size of a scale where there's enough of it to be collected and given to companies like Boral and the like, that could turn it into construction rubble or recyclable waste. Like, it's the closed loop is so close.
Unbelievable, eh?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Again, changing the game and giving back to the industry and having a huge impact.
Places that don't have access to lots of water, or more so, those places that are using good drinking water to clean bloody construction equipment.
Yep.
And we shouldn't have to do that. Like, it's, you know, especially with water scarce areas in certain countries. So that's where we know Washbox is going to make, you know, really strong inroads. It's a positive impact. Yeah. That's good.
So good.
Yeah.
I don't know how you keep up with it all. So, and then I guess to top it off, let's talk about Usher. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Chairman of the board. What have you been seeing this year? How's 25 looked?
What have I been seeing this year? Well, I can honestly say that everything we set out to do, you guys have done. Really proud of you guys, all the C-Class team here, yourself and Stewie in particular. Shane as well in the background, keeping us all in there in check. I to be honest, you know, I said this at the board meeting this time last year that, you know, it was a sad moment, but it was a proud moment. It was me saying that basically I'm so proud of all you guys. You guys are about to embark on the biggest and best version of Usher. I brought it to incredible heights, I just want to say.
You certainly did.
Before COVID, and then, and you know, we were a type of company, we were geographically spread, we were dominating, we were kicking goals. We were putting more apprentices back into the industry. We had, hundreds and hundreds of staff. We reached our biggest ever number of staff. Don't even know what it was. It was well over 500 and directly employed employees. And we were awesome. And I had so much fun and I loved the business and it was just such a proud thing. However, obviously we consolidated. We've really gone back to who we were again. During that COVID time, it really showed us, where we were too fat, where we could have been better resourced. It just taught us so much about who we were and who we wanted to be.
100%.
We've become who we've wanted to be now. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I was sad, but it's a very proud moment to say that you guys are about to embark on running and delivering the best version of Usher ever. And I'm really happy that, obviously, I'm so super stoked because it allows me to live the life that I want to live, and also allows me to grow the group in different industries and different sectors. So, it's been amazing. Key takeaways for me is obviously the growth of certain individuals. I feel like our CEO Stuart is really stepping up every year. I feel like, think about it, right? Say 2019, he was GM, I was CEO.
Yep.
Then he took over there. It's like an apprenticeship, right?
Yep.
He did his 4 yees apprenticeship. He did it during the worst times, during COVID.
Hardest times.
I came in and still came in and stuck my nose in everywhere. And I feel like, he's done his apprenticeship. You've done yours as a C-class as well. And now, and all our stuff here as well. Like, think about it, like all the GMs.
Yeah.
They've been through cycles. Everyone has done a lot of time here at Usher. So what would I say was my highlights for 2025 was obviously we kicked it off with obviously Usher Cup World Club Challenge. That was a huge highlight for me, such a successful event. Being able to do the travel schedule that I now have, which is I'm away for more than 6 months of the year. So I wouldn't have been able to achieve that without your guys' support and the company's position in the market and its systems and processes. And the amazing delivery, the amazing success on all these projects. The projects are bigger. The project values are bigger. The projects are more iconic. We're delivering world-class projects. Like, it's next level. Like,
it's pretty wild, isn't it?
It's pretty wild when...
Especially now in the Olympics, it's just going to be,
It's more of that to come.
Yep.
Yeah, and then obviously here, the team, the culture in the team, every time I land here, like as soon as I get here, everyone's buzzing, happy. Every time we catch up, it's really good environment to be around, and it really helps. I feel like everyone that is part of this group.
Yeah, special unit, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So
it is a special unit.
It is, 100% it is. So
and now the results, now we're going through another acceleration phase, obviously.
Yep.
So, this time next year, we'll be looking back going, now you're another bigger version of yourselves again, with more people, more work, more awesomeness, more parties, more good times.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm just having so much fun. I'm so proud of the construction industry, and it's bounced back because it was really doom, and it really, it hurt us, and we felt it a lot because we've grown up with everyone in the industry. So not only all the builders but all their supply chain solutions, they're all our mates.
Yep. Everyone was suffering there.
Everyone was suffering, and it's so great to see that everyone's come through the other end stronger and better.
And clear about what they want to do.
That is probably the biggest takeaway.
Everyone you talk to,
of
the
coming
builders,
out of COVID. That's probably is being exactly clearer and not wanting to take over the world everywhere.
Yep.
Scattergun, quote everything.
Yep.
Everyone's like, no. We're doing our bit. We're going to do it well. We're going to nail it. We're going to have fun doing it. Our quality and production is going to be absolutely perfect because we're not stretched and we're going to deliver good work.
Absolutely.
And it was really tough to to shift
I can't imagine.
to that mindset.
Yeah.
But we're way better for it, and I'm stoked. Yeah.
No, we're super grateful that you trust us to do that, mate, because I know it would be very, very difficult, but, we're having fun. We're obviously pushing ourselves and pushing to be better and pushing to deliver better results. And the biggest thing we talk about is when we get prepared for each board meeting is, are we where we wanted to be? Did we push ourselves, and have we got answers for things that aren't there? And, are we happy to look ourselves in the mirror and say that we've delivered what this company deserves? Because it is such a special unit. It's, we've got such a special group of people, and it deserves to be successful in every area, and not just in isolation as well. And I think that's been a big focus this year, is not just one business unit within the Usher group doing well. It's we talk about the V6 now. It's our business units, and we want all 6 cylinders firing at the same time.
Correct.
And it deserves to be. And
they should be.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's just been that big focus, like I said, growing the individuals in each of those areas so that they can be successful, because we've been fortunate in the past where maybe one business unit's helped carry other ones that have been struggling, and that's the beauty of the business. But really, it shouldn't have to. We should be able to say that at any one time they're all doing what they should be doing and doing it well and profitably, and the people in those roles are not suffering personally because of it. So
that is definitely a key. I talk about that diversification through to lots of the smaller companies that I mentor. It's key I agree that if you've got multiple different diversification, and we've got like 6 trading entities, and they all should be firing. However, that diversification is your clear backup for when some industries are impacted by cycles that are beyond the business's control. And that's when one business unit will prop up another if required.
If required,
and they're just cycles. If you looked over a period of time, over a few years, you get an average, but sometimes that you accelerate and you decelerate.
This is how it goes.
And that is how it goes. So, I teach that a bit. And I think every business should have diversification. Don't be pigeonholed into one area.
No.
Definitely spread your wings, but you don't want to go to where you're not good at, and you definitely want to
play to your strengths.
Play to your strengths. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
we've learned that.
Yeah, 100%. Well, mate, I think unless there's anything else you want to touch on there, I'm still trying to think about how you've done all this in 1 year, and I can't wait to sit down this time next year and hear what's happened in 2026.
Next year's going to be epic. Really appreciate being on the Usher podcast.
Yeah.
First
Guest of your own show.
Well, first time alone, but I'm really, really excited about what the future's got for not just us, but for the whole industry. It's nothing more that makes me more happier than seeing everyone back to having fun again. It's the way it should be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We all work so hard, mate.
Everyone works so hard. I think if there's any last thing that I would like to say would be that I'm just very grateful. Just very, very grateful for everything that's sort of happening. And you know what? To be honest, we set it out, we do it effectively. We set our goals. We ask those questions. What do we want to look like? Like you said, can we look ourselves in the mirror? I'd say every business should be doing that, especially this time of the year right now. It's the time for reflection. You want to have a successful 2026, lay them all down. What do we want to look like? How many people do we feel like we want to employ? What's our perfect business model? What's our goals? What does our culture need to work on? What do our people need to work on? What's our employees' growth plan? So all these things need to be asked by every business. If there's one thing I would like to say is that I'm so grateful that we do that, because when we do that, we achieve it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if we didn't, we'd be flying blind.
Absolutely. No.
Yeah.
Love it, mate. Awesome.
Cheers.
Well, thank you for another awesome year. Let's go get it, hey?
Thank you, sir.
2026.
Yeah, bring it on.